Welcome back to our channel, and thank you for tuning in and thank you for supporting us. But if you're new to this channel and you haven't subscribed yet, please encourage us by doing so that we can bring you the latest news as they come. And together we shall support our great leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, IPOB, Eastern Security Network, to make our Biafran dream a reality. He say, Fulani Arewa youths threatened Buhari impostor to withdraw his contract with TOMPOLO and gave Fulani terrorist bandit amnesty now. You know, the leadership of IJO Youth Council has cautioned the northern youth, especially the Fulani Janjaweed youth, under the Arewa Youth Assembly over the use of derogatory comments against a former Niger Delta freedom fighter, TOMPOLO, in handling the crude oil surveillance contract awarded by the Fulani Nigerian government. You know, in the first place, the contract is not actually what it was meant to be, because this Fulani Nigerian government, its foundation is based on lies, deceit. That is what is propaganda. They are buying the Niger Deltans to vote for the Fulani Janjaweed preferred candidate. In essence, this is an election voters buying contract. That is what is happening. But because the Fulani Janjaweed hates the Biafrans so much that they cannot distinguish between Biafran Igbos, Biafran Ibibios, or Biafran Ijos. They don't know the difference. They all believe that all Biafrans are the same. And that is why they are fighting against High Chief Government ηκε·μο·πολο, also known as TOMPOLO. They are fighting against it. You know, the leaders also declare that the northern youth lack the right to fault the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, and the Fulani Nigerian government decision on the award of the oil surveillance contract. They warned that the Arewa youth should be ashamed that TOMPOLO and others are protecting the source that feeds the nation while they are idle and allowing insecurity to fester in northern states. You know, that is one thing that pains me about our Biafran brothers from the so-called Niger Delta. Some of them have allowed the Fulani to deceive them so much that they believe that the Igbo Biafrans are their enemies. IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and Eastern Security Network, they are all fighting for the freedom of Biafra. And if these so-called Biafran traitors can sit down and think over, they will know that the best thing for them is Biafra restoration, where they will have all the freedom, and this Fulani terrorist Janjaweed will not be able to attack them. You know, according to IJO Youth Council, despite the vexations and provocative nature of the comment and threats of protest by the Arewa Youth Assembly, who went as far as protesting at the NNPC headquarters, the youth of the 6 states of Niger Delta region are totally in support of the decision to award the surveillance contract to TOMPOLO and assured that its capacity can never be questioned by meddlesome interloper youths such as the Ẏዥwa youths. You know, that is what IPOB has been working and fighting against. We cannot allow these jobless Fulani terrorists calling themselves Ẏዥwa youths to be dictating what happens in Biafra ancestral land. All this their fight is not because they want money. They are fighting because they believe that awarding that contract to TOMPOLO will stop the Fulani Janjaweed to overrun Biafran lands in Niger Delta region. That is what they are fighting for. You know, the Ijaw Youth Council, through its national spokesman, Comrade Ebilade Ekefere, the group warned that instead of the Northern Fulani youth becoming hired hands to criminal elements involved in oil theft in the region and castigate the person or leadership of High Chief Government µ known as TOMPOLO, they should focus their energy to support the compromised Nigerian security agencies in tackling of the rising cases of kidnapping, banditry, terrorism in northern region of the country. But one thing these guys don't understand is that every one of them works for the Fulani terrorists. They work for the Fulani terrorists. They work for the Fulani Nigerian government. Their aim is to conquer and take over Biafra land. Professor Wole Soyinka lambasted Buhari impostor for proscribing IPOB as a terrorist group, whereas the real terrorists, the mass murderers, Fulani Ẏːtěálà, who are mass murderers, are being celebrated and protected by the Fulani Nigerian government. Fulani Ẏːtěálà terrorist group uses the Fulani terrorists disguised or masquerading as herdsmen to invade Nigerian indigenous tribe ancestral lands, claiming that Nigeria belongs to them, that is the Fulani Janjaweed, and they want to take Nigeria, including Biafra, back by force. The Fulani Ẏːtěálà terrorist group leader boasted that if not for the British colonial masters, Fulani would have conquered the whole of Nigeria and Biafra. Now that a Fulani jihadist is the president of Nigeria, that is the reason why they have continued their Fulani jihadist conquest. But IPOB and Eastern Security Network are their greatest obstacle and nightmare. You know, the notorious Fulani terrorist leader, Bello Turji, a mass murderer, who is supposed to be in solitary confinement and not Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is celebrated and given the highest Fulani chieftaincy title in Zamfara state, but now he is claiming to have repented from terrorism after the BBC documentary that exposed the collaboration between the Fulani terrorists and Buhari impostor. This fake repentance is meant to deceive the gullibles and the international community. In the same Zamfara state, Hausas and Northern Christian farmers have concluded plans to negotiate with Fulani foreign terrorists, preventing them to access their farmland because the Fulani Nigerian government have refused to help the northern farmers. Thank you, my brothers and my sisters, for watching this video, and bye-bye for now.